Got to move on to Napoli because they win again, and this was a different win. This was away to Roma. This was a Mourinho against Spalletti. This was kind of a grind-it-out type of game, and they ground it out, and they win 1-0.
And my man, Osimhen. I love him, Gab. I love him.
I got my own catchphrase here, right? What do we
I
say
love
about Osimhen? The best
I love
is
him.
yet to come.
I love him. Is there anyone that plays the game like him? He's got a little bit of Haaland about him. He's a little bit chaos, but he's just... I adore watching him play.
I don't want him to ever remove the mask. I want him to keep play his entire career with the mask. Like Edgar Davids with his glasses, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if your nose is healed.
Yeah.
Right? Just do it so you can then remove it. Look, it's a huge win. But this was cagey. I know you look at this and you say, oh, Roma didn't have a shot on target.
Yeah.
Jose, were he with us, he would say, well, what do you want? You know, I'm without Dybala, I'm without Wijnaldum. And he's done such a great job of selling people on the fact you're without these two players.
Yeah.
What I would say is Wijnaldum, obviously feel really bad for him injured. Wijnaldum hasn't been Wijnaldum for a couple years now. So, yeah, you got him on a free from Paris Saint-Germain because they were keen to get rid of him.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would have contributed. Dybala, a different issue. But again, you knew when you signed him, you were getting somebody who has a horrendous injury record and who's up and down.
Yeah. Same as Zaniolo, which I think he's an amazing player.
I thought Zaniolo was really, really good last night. I don't think it was... I thought last night, Jose did everything he could for his game plan. Yeah. You have Zaniolo, Tammy, and Pellegrini kind of as a floating front three. Tammy had a poor game, in my opinion. He got Pellegrini to say, all right, you sit on Lobotka, who is kind of the deep playmaker, right? For Napoli. Yeah. That part worked. The problem is, at that stage, you're only out as Zaniolo, and he's not Haaland yet.
No. I think this season, I'm looking at Napoli, Gab. I don't know if you agree, and I think they're the real deal. I honestly do. I think they're just... I think when you're watching Insigne and Dries Mertens and the careers that they've had, it's very difficult to sit here and criticise them, but Father Time catches up to everyone. And I thought they were a little bit one-dimensional in terms of their pace, Napoli. Now I think with Osimhen and obviously Kvaratskhelia, you just look at them.
And Chucky Lozano.
Amazing. Amazing. And Elias, when he comes off the bench, he's dynamic and he's like runs around, causes chaos. Lobotka, I think, has been one of the best midfield players in Serie A for quite a while.
I want to ask you a question about this because it's the kind of question I love asking ex-pros about, right? So we in the media, and you've got a foot in both camps, we love talking about the importance of experience and leadership, right?
Yeah.
I said this many times, when Napoli let Koulibaly, Insigne, and Dries Mertens go, they weren't just losing great players, they were also losing the three guys who iconic players, and these are the leaders, they have the experience, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. They're so important in the dressing room or whatever. Mm-hmm. But do we overrate that? Because, and I guarantee...
I don't.
I guarantee... Because I guarantee you, if Napoli hit a speed bump, what's going to happen, people are going to complain about, there's a lack of leaders on this team now that these guys left. It's only Zielinski who's kind of has the gravitas, if you will. The others are too young or whatever. But do we sometimes overrate the importance of...
I don't.
Veteran leadership?
I don't, and I'll go off piece slightly. And when I seen the Liverpool team that played Forest, and I seen Carvalho, Curtis Jones, and Harvey Elliott in the side, and away from home, I then thought, this is a problem for Liverpool. Not because they're bad players, it's just because they're young and inexperienced, and obviously they lost the game. I think there's a lot to be said for experienced players.
Yeah, you're right.
I really do. In difficult situations, it's difficult to lean on a youngster and go and do it for me. There's very few youngsters that can, but when you're grinding and when you need something, you need the leaders and you need muscle memory. You need guys that have played hundreds of games that know what it's like playing a game against Roma away from home.
It's like Alan Hansen famously said, right? You win nothing with kids, and he was clearly proven right in the mid-90s when decrying United's future. Sorry, Alan, I'm just cracking a joke. With regards to Roma, if you're Mourinho, you've built this tremendous relationship with the fans. People said he took the gladiator approach. It was the right approach for this game, right? Mm-hmm. He made Napoli play the way he wanted them to play.
Yeah. It was quite an even game. I mean, I thought Napoli were just the better side in terms of how many chances they created, but they didn't create a million. It was a competitive game. Roma weren't outplayed and outclassed. It's not one of them. I mean, Jose, I'll tell you something different. I mean, he comes out with these Jose statements, doesn't he? Oh, the best team lost.
Right.
And the poorest team won. And he comes out with his Joseisms. I thought it was quite an even game, but the difference was the man Osimhen.
Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia and
Amazing.
Zielinski and Lobotka and Kim, non-stop entertainment.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.